NBA All-Star Game. Disaster. I used to love the NBA All-Star Game. Remember when Magic Johnson was allowed to play in the All-Star Game, even though he had retired from the league because he had tested for HIV positive, and they let him in, and there was a question way back then. This is back in 92. Coca, you can fact check me. The All-Star Game that Magic Johnson played in when he was no longer a player, I want to say his press conference was 91, but he played in the 92 All-Star Game, and there were questions back then when people didn't understand AIDS and just were ruled and governed by fear. What if he sweats on me? Am I all of a sudden going to wake up with AIDS? Should we be on the same court? Should I still kiss Isaiah Thomas? The All-Star Game used to be amazing. The slam dunk contest, the three-point contest, the weekend was something that everyone looked forward to. Broadcasters loved it. And then over time, the NBA players said, God, I make so much money. I'm really only interested in shooting 70-foot shots. I'm really only interested in seeing if we can score 200 points. We don't need to play defense because we're going to pretend we're the NFL Pro Bowl. And let's just see if the broadcasters and fans are happy. And it turns out they're not. All right, we have another possibility. Let's name team captains, and instead of East versus West, let's do a draft. We'll do it live on Inside the NBA, and we'll put the biggest vote getter in the AFC against the biggest vote getter in the Eastern Conference versus the Western Conference. We'll have Giannis, we'll have LeBron, we'll have Durant, we'll have Steph, whatever we can have, and we'll see who gets drafted last. Oh, it looks like LeBron drafted Anthony Davis. I wonder whether he's going to go to the Lakers. Remember all that intrigue? Except it didn't matter. All right, let's try something else. Let's float a trial balloon of doing a 4-team tournament on All-Star Sunday. I'm sorry, what does that mean? All right, let's get 4 teams of 8. We'll have 3 teams that consist of 8 All-Stars each. Then we're going to have a 4th team that consists of the rising stars, which are the young players in the NBA, and we're going to have them all play each other, and the winner is going to be the winner of this All-Star tournament. What? I don't even understand what you're talking about. Let me explain further. We're going to take the ever-popular TNT, soon-to-be ESPN, in-studio analysts, Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, and Kenny Smith. We're going to make them the GMs of teams, the NBA All-Star teams, those 8-player teams, 3 of the 4, and we're going to have them draft their teams. This way, players won't be upset with players because they're drafted last in a playground pick. They can be angry with the retired players who are making more than almost all of them. And then we have a 4th team. We got to work in a woman. We have to work in the WNBA. Let's get Candace Parker, the retired WNBA star, to be the GM of the Rising Stars team. Because then we can say that we're all about equality and we're all about continuing to bolster the WNBA and women's sports. And we can look at ourselves and not just put little phrases like choose love in the end zone or on the court. We can actually choose equality. No one's going to see through that. Of course, we could have had Candace Parker be the GM of one of the 24 All-Stars cut into 3 teams of 8 and made Shaquille or Kenny or Charles be the Rising Stars GM. What would be the difference? I wonder whether they couldn't come to agreement. But don't worry. We've got the incentive. You're not going to make $514,000 to win like you do if you win the Emirates Cup. But if you win this tournament, we'll give you an extra $125,000. What do you think? And if you're a runner-up, we'll give you $50,000. If you lose in the first round of this tournament, we'll give you $25,000. I know that's probably not enough to gamble with, but don't worry, we won't be in Vegas. We'll be in Golden State. We'll be in Frisco. Players are despondent. Kevin Durant just came out and said, what are we doing? What are we doing? He actually said, I hate it. Strong word. Absolutely hate it. Even a stronger word. It's terrible. We should just go back to East-West, which, of course, is what Coca said. I don't understand. Let's just have an all-star game. So on February 16th, we're going to watch this tournament, and we're going to be all excited when it gets promoted because of the draft of the Inside the NBA guys and who's on what team. It won't be East-West, and you'll have players really playing hard. They're going to play tough defense because they're going to say, we want the 125 grand. We need the 125 grand. We're not settling for 25.